Remember? Watch your feet. And over here, we're gonna go over here. Okay. Put it in the soil, put it on top there. The intersection between gardening and life, it's everywhere. It totally dovetails with what you go through on a daily basis. Happens out in your garden every day. Last one. My parents were always into gardening. They were into agriculture. If we weren't at home in the garden, we were in somebody's orchard. And we were always, helping to plant seed potatoes. You're out there with your mom and dad, and you're digging potatoes, and it's an adventure. It's a treasure hunt, right? They try to make it fun, right? And you may look at an apple blossom or drive by an orchard and go, well, oh, the apples are, those are nice blossoms. For me, I'm walking up the highway with my mom to play baseball. That's what I think about when I was like 10 years old. Gardening is a lot of fun. It's very, very rewarding. You're on the clock. Like you've got to follow through with this if you want it to be successful. Everything is fast these days. Everything is disposable. Gardening is not like that. I mean, I'm concerned about the future, about work ethic, but I think that agriculture, horticulture, gardening is a way to instill that into young people. And my hope and my expectation is that I will be able to pass that on so that it continues way, way forward. Gardening with my granddaughter. She can dig holes for the tomatoes, that's for sure. So to be able to do that and to know that you're going to pass that along to her because you got that from your grandparents and from your parents, and you passed it on to your kids, and now you're passing it on to the grandkids. I'm prepping her for the grade 5 garden contest. Let's just put it that way. The legacy is whether it's the knowledge that you gained, or the legacy is that shade tree in the backyard, or that flowering shrub, or those perennials, or that love of gardening, or that love of vegetable gardening. There's something cool. It's very, very rewarding. Hi, sweetheart. Hi. What you doing? You want to take that shovel and dig in your sandbox? You can use Nono's shovel in the sandbox if you like.